guts in ascending growth.
Limits enlightened, I've been
Shown
you won't stop me. I am
flow.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Okay, so I'm working on my little when I press record intro type vibe. Because one thing about me is once I press record and start, trying to do like a message, and it's not that I'm trying to, it's like I have so much insight, I have so much to say. Yet I'm so weird about the intros. Like I'm like, okay, press record. Hey, what's up? And for me, I really don't care about the intro, but at the same time I do, because I feel like that sets the tone, that sets the presence of the whole entire message in a sense. But anywho, I'm working on it. So with that said, I do have a message for whoever it's meant for, whether you resonate with it or not. There's some kind of message within this. There's some kind of inspiration, some kind of wisdom and shit. But I'm Faefae. I'm the ancient artist or the ancient chick, whatever you prefer. And I call myself that ancient artist because I believe we are art. I believe we are here for a reason, to create a magical life for ourselves. And I had to go through some things. I had to experience some things in life to really understand that, to accept that, to adapt to that, and really embrace the life I live, right? Embrace the journey, embrace whatever feelings I'm feeling. And for me, I believe it all connects to my soul, my ancient soul. So I do consider myself an old soul. I do consider myself many different things, many different aspects, right? And so it's a beautiful thing to experience life as a soul, as a being, as someone just being able to explore and learn and understand, and adapt to the different environments, experiences that I've gone through in life. This morning I was meditating. And I follow this channel. Reiki Rachel is her channel here on YouTube. It's freaking phenomenal. I've been following her meditation channel for a while. So she has a lot of different guided meditations on there. If you guys want to go check those out, please do, because she's amazing. But I've been following her for a while, and so I was doing some of her guided meditations before recording this, and I was getting so much insight. And that's one thing that I sometimes forget about being an artist, right? Because some people can so much focus on, oh, what kind of art do you do? And it's like, me personally, I consider myself an artist in so many different ways. I utilize artists with, my environment, how I live, my house, right, my apartment, what I put into my cooking skills, how I create art in that way. My music, I am a music artist, so if you want to check out my link in the description box, please do. It connects to a lot of my other art. I do TikTok videos. I, write my own songs. I'm going back to school. So there's so many things that we forget, I think, to look at as art, right? We don't necessarily look at ourselves as art, but we may think, oh, what kind of art do you do as like a painter or as a writer or, as, working on certain things. So you can look at being an artist as you build cars, you build trains, you build planes, bars. But it's that kind of thing that I believe is where you look at all the different creations around us that has been considered art, not just paintings on the wall, not just, books, not just philosophical, things. It's more so modern day things that we do every day, right? We all have a job title, right? We all hold a certain title. We all go to a certain place, environment that we work at, and we create this magic. Whether, I also consider myself a healer. So like, I've been a caregiver before, and I used to, work all the time. But I was creating art. I was giving back. I was being, this artistic healer to help others, guide them in a way, right? And I've worked in many different fields. So I've worked for mental health field. I've worked worked with people with intellectual disabilities, so people with autism, Down syndrome, and I've been able to learn from each and every one of these experiences how we create magic every day, how we are artists, how we are, these beautiful souls giving back and adapting to these different lifestyles, these different experiences. They may not be all fun and and just the best at certain points in time, but at the same time we're here, we're showing up, where we're giving back, we're appreciating the fact that we're able to do these things, because there's some people that do other things, right? And it's looking at ourselves as the art, and looking at these skills that we have, that we've learned, we've adapted to, we've gone to school for, and appreciating that we are here, that we are these beings within ourselves, utilizing these certain things. So it's like wanting to have world peace. We all can have world peace. It's just really how we perceive world peace and how we look at world peace. And I wrote some stuff down too, so don't mind me if I look at my notes, because I can get a little off track and off topic sometimes, especially within my message. But again, with my messages, there's really no one point. There's many points within my messages, and there's so much wisdom within it too that can resonate with you, that can help you, that can inspire you in some way or form. Because I'm just a guide, I'm just a messenger, I'm just a vessel that connects, that connects to the universe, connects to the divine. It doesn't matter what you believe, in a sense. And why I say that is, everybody has a certain belief system, right? Everybody believes in a certain way, right? Whether it's believing in a more religious aspect belief, or believing in a more spiritual aspect belief, or just not believing in nothing at all, believing more in the scientific aspect of things, right? So it's certain things like that where I feel like all my messages can resonate or connect with anyone and everyone all at the same time. And that's the beauty of being an artist. That's the beauty of being an old soul. That's the beauty of why I do what I do. And sometimes I can forget that. Sometimes I can lose sight of certain things within my life, within the fact that I am an artist. Every day is an art. Every day I wake up and I create, this story, this movie, this journey within the day. It's planning ahead, but not also attaching yourself to necessarily the plan, because sometimes plans don't work out. Sometimes things get all over the place. Sometimes we lose sight and we go off the path that we initially wanted to be on, right? We initially told ourselves, this is the path that I'm gonna stay on, that I'm gonna focus on. I've been on a journey of enlightenment, I like to call it, where it's like I really dive deep within myself with understanding the different experiences I've had in life and how it connects to my present and my future, right? How I can give back and help others in a unique way, because it's that kind of thing where I can get lost and focus more on what everybody else is doing instead of what do I truly want to do? How do I want to portray myself? It's like with the intro. Like, how do I want to have this like amazing intro, and being so stuck in that instead of the whole entire message, you know, and just letting it flow and just doing my best. Because initially I want others to do their best. I want others to live a fulfilling life for however that looks for them. And, you know, sometimes it's, you know, really grounding yourself, whether it's doing meditation, whether it's going to the pool. So that's what I did earlier. I went swimming and I did some laps, and it gave me, you know, some more insight within myself to remind myself of how blessed and how fortunate I am to be where I'm at. And all the work that I've put into, you know, in my life, in my experiences, to get to where I'm at today and continue to move forward. No matter the challenges, no matter the struggles, no matter the, you know, the little chaos, the in between kind of thing. And that's, you know, that's something that I feel can get us disconnected in a way to where it's like we lose sight of our faith and what we really believe in, right? We lose sight of the whole entire journey in itself, or we lose sight of why are we really here? What are we really doing? Like, what is the point to all of this kind of thing? And really, there is no point. At least that's what I, you know, tend to see. I mean, there's multiple points within it, but there's no necessarily one point. Just like there's not one truth. There's many truths. You know, it's like perception. We all have a perception of how we view life, how we think things should be and would be, and how we could just be. Yet, not all of us can see that perception. Not all of us agrees with that perception. Not all of us, you know, really gives a fuck. But that's the beauty within life's turmoil, life's chaos. And we can get more deep within it. But I don't want to get too invested in one topic or one specific thing. My goal is to help people understand that you're right where you need to be. You are a being, a spiritual being within this life. And wherever you are right now, with whatever you may be either struggling with, or you're not even struggling, you're doing what you believe you should be doing, right? And it's a beautiful thing to be at. It's a beautiful thing to really sit back and see all of it. See the aspects of you. See the point you're at. The life that you're living. Even if it's not so great. It's like you have a choice to be able to be like, you know what, this life isn't great. This life isn't for me. This place that I'm in right now, I want to change it. I want to either do better, or I just don't want to be at this point. You know, it's going through those emotions, going through those feelings, going through those, you know, thoughts within yourself. And it's like, okay, what can I do to really, you know, feel differently? Whether it's putting on a simple song that, you know, amps you up to get you out of that. Because I know for myself, I've had a lot of those experiences where I'm just sitting there and I'm only thinking of the negative. I'm only thinking of, you know, why this, why that. And it's like, you know what? Sometimes I have to, you know, get out my Palo Santo. Sometimes I have to like really just push myself to be like, okay, why are you thinking this way? Become aware. You know, really tell myself, is this really what's going on outside of me, right? Or is it just going on within my mindset? And do my best, do what I can, whether it's either take a nap, whether it's turn on a movie, turn on a song, or go somewhere, go outside. Because I know for me, when I go outside, it's almost like a clearing, right? A mental clearing, right? Grounding myself in nature, going for a walk, whatever works for you. But I know for me, you know, I have to adapt to certain things because not always one thing works for me. It's like meditation. Sometimes doing a meditation doesn't always work for me. Sometimes I'm still like overwhelmed with this fogginess within my mind. Yet I've learned that it's like, okay, maybe sometimes I just need to sit on my bed and just curse. Just curse, just speak and say whatever. And it may not make any sense, you know, because there's sometimes where I can just be on a roll and really not understanding why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I think that is a point within itself. Sometimes you just need to get all that jibber jabber outside of you, right? Cleansing. You know, we're all frequencies, right? We have this vessel. We're all made up of, you know, different elements and whatnot. And so it's that kind of thing. It's understanding those elements, understanding those things that you experience within your life. Whether you're struggling with depression, whether you're struggling with grief, whether you're struggling with, you know, certain health issues, whether you're just struggling financially, right? It's looking at those certain elements within yourself and being like, how can I change those? How can I direct those in a certain way where it's like, I'm not struggling, I'm adapting, I'm learning, I'm going with the flow, right? And not saying it's easy, not saying it's fun, but it's possible. And that's really a powerful thing right there, is really realigning your mindset to understand that even though I'm going through these struggles, these hard times, that it's temporary, and then I can change that. I have the strength within myself to change that. I have the wisdom, the power within myself, even if I don't necessarily feel it. You know, I look at my journey. I look at, you know, the past 3 years especially. The fact that, you know, I live in a new environment. I live in a new place, right? It wasn't easy getting here. You know, moving is never easy, never really fun, you know, unless you have all your things together. Me, I didn't have it all together. It was my first time moving from one place to another place. And I was the person that had to coordinate all of it, you know. I didn't really necessarily have the best support. So like, I had to figure out how to get a U-Haul. I had to figure out how to, you know, move in. I had to figure out how to coordinate with the last apartment, the new apartment, and how to, you know, adapt within that, you know, moving out, moving in. And I had to do this all in one day kind of thing. So it's that kind of thing where it's like looking at the steps that I took. It wasn't fun. It definitely was a struggle, and it was my first time doing it, but yet I did it. I made it happen. I allowed myself to, you know, go with the flow. I also have a kitty cat. So it was that kind of thing where it's like, you know, adjusting to the fact that even my cat, you know, I almost lost her, and oh my goodness, that was a whole another thing. But it was that kind of thing where it's like having, you know, keeping her safe and protected, and moving into this new place, and then creating this new home for myself, creating this new environment, allowing myself to release the old, release, you know, what wasn't for me no more, right? And coming into this new environment and adapting to it, and just going with the flow. And I think we all have that that title. We all have that will within us. If we want to do something, we can. We'll make it happen, even if it's not the greatest, even if it's not the easiest or the funnest. We still do it. And that's being an artist right there. That's being creative, and that's flowing, and that's, you know, just understanding that we all have a purpose here, whether it's really small or whether it's really, really big. It's a beautiful thing to look at, that we're able to choose where we live, that we're able to, you know, wake up and choose to go to a certain job, choose to make a certain amount of money, choose to live a certain lifestyle, choose what to eat, what not to eat, choose to, even if we really want to get out of bed, we get to choose to be here, okay? And so with that, I want you guys to really, you know, change the language of your life. If you struggle with, you know, saying, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to go here and I have to be this and I have to act this way, remember, you get to choose all that thing. You get to choose how you perceive yourself. You get to choose to create your own reality. You get to choose to decorate your own house the way you want to decorate it. House, apartment. I live in a nice little studio, and I get to choose what I get to do with it every day. I can't tell you how many times I rearranged this little place. Got new furniture, threw out old furniture. Like, I'm one of those persons that I get bored easily. So I get to choose, you know, what I want to do, how I want my place to look. You know, I get to choose who I allow myself to be around. You know, the people, the environments, where I go out to eat, you know, what food I purchase. If you're able to have that choice, you're abundant. You're blessed. You know, you are living the life, okay? And it's really about the simple things, especially if you do want to achieve more things in your life. If you want to travel, go on a trip, if you want to, you know, purchase a car, if you want to do certain things, right? You're able to do that. It may not happen right overnight, right? It took me, I want to say, almost 5 months to get from one place to another place, to move out of one place into this place. And that was due to my situation, right? It's reminding ourselves that we have our own situations, our own lifestyles, and, you know, it's not comparing ourselves to one another and whatnot, but we get to choose how we go about certain things. We get to choose how we react. So I think a lot of this message is about being able to choose, you know, who you are, who you want to be, how you want to change your life, how you want to transform your life for better or for worse. You know, we get to choose, you know, whether it's going down the negative path, the more darker path, or the more lighter path, you know, because for so long I felt like I was going more down a darker path within a lot of my experiences. But me, I wanted to do better. I wanted to be better. I wanted to see better. I wanted to feel better. You know, and it was creating the artist within me to understand that I create my life. I create my purpose. I create how I want to see my environment, who I want to connect with, you know, what messages I want to share, in a sense, you know. I'm kind of just going with the flow right now. I'm not necessarily choosing, but I chose to push record on this video. And it's super cool. I'm glad I did, because sometimes I'll just be like, nah, I'm not going to do that today. But I chose not to, right? It's choosing the lifestyle, choosing to love, choosing to bring peace, choosing to focus more on the positive than the negative, choosing to do a meditation, even if I don't want to, choosing to push myself in certain directions and having that discipline, you know, and embracing it, and know that it may not, every choice that we make may not always work out for the best, but it's embracing that choice. It's accepting that journey and just loving it in our own unique, weird ass way. But anywho, if you guys want to check any more of my stuff out, my music's on SoundCloud. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram. And I also have my own business through Amway, where you can check out different products. So I'm all about their energy drinks. So if you're interested in any, certain fitness, health, products, energy drinks, certain things like that, my link is in the description box below, so you can check out that, and that is connected to my Amway as well. And if you would like to email me with any questions or concerns or collaborations, please do that as well. And if you would like to donate, oh my gosh, that would be super awesome. My Cash App, it's all connected in my link tree in the description box below. But with that, y'all, have a beautiful rest of your day, week, evening, night, wherever the fuck you are, 'cause bitch.